What's going on, guys? It's Mr. DEBT Joe Lorick for the Money Etiquette Group, and I want to make a quick video for those that are beginner traders, people who are just getting into the investment business, people who are just getting into investing in stock. Listen, there are 4 things you need to know before you really start investing, okay? And this is not expert advice. This won't make you a millionaire or a billionaire. It's just simple advice that works across the board, whether you're a beginner, whether you're an expert, whether you're advanced, whatever you want to call yourself. This will work because if you follow these 4 rules, 9 times out of 10, you'll at least be happy while you're trading. You'll have a good attitude. You'll feel good about it. You won't be as stressed. Okay, so here are the rules. Number 1, never invest with money you can't afford to lose. In fact, forget afford to lose. Don't use money that you can't let sit at least 1 year. If you put money in the market and then you have to pull it out in the next 30 days, 40 days, 45, 60 days, 90 days, even 6 months, you won't give the market time to work. You're kind of more in the mode of a day trader and a short-term trader, and oftentimes that's more risky. You don't earn as much, and ultimately you can fail at that if you're not someone that pays attention to the stock market, to the economy, to the press every single day. And I'm not talking about 8 hours a day. I'm talking about every day, at least 12 to 13 hours per day. So if you're not willing to put in that work, stick to investing on a long-term basis, and that means use money that you can afford to lose, or use money that you can afford to sit to the side for at least 1 year. I would say money that you can sit to the side for the next 5 to 10 years, because you should really, as a beginner, be in the investment game and the stock game as a long-term investor, not a short-term investor. Don't pretend to be an expert. Don't pretend to be a day trader after doing your 3 days, 4 days, 2 days, or even 1 day of research on a stock, after you pull up the financials, after you look at the charts that you don't really know how to read. Listen, guys, don't pretend to be an expert. And also, don't believe that everyone else is an expert either. Just because you haven't been in the market for 20 years, that doesn't mean that more people that have been investing in 20 years know a lot more than you. In fact, most people who invest have no idea what they're doing. They're just guessing. And that's okay. I'm not saying that that's a bad thing. If people want to do that with their money, that's their choice. But don't believe that you're an expert or more informed than the average buyer just by doing a few days of research on a stock. Okay, that's not what you should do. I'm not saying don't do any research. What I'm saying is just don't fall into the trap and you get some early success of feeling that you're an expert, you're advanced at trading, because I guarantee you you're not, and it's an arrogant way to lose money. Number 3, invest in companies you love, okay? Companies that you currently support, companies where you spend money with them now, you buy their products, their services. Invest in those companies because it's easier to stick with them in the long term versus companies that you just read about, some bio farm company, tech farm company that can cure cancer or AIDS, HIV, can cure diabetes. Look, that's all cool, but you can't necessarily, you shouldn't bet on that. That's a more risky bet. I would say stick with companies that you love, because once that company start showing negative signs, you may run really quickly. And if the game here for beginner investors is to hold for 5 to 10 years, you want to hold with companies that you currently support. What shoes are you buying? Do you have on Levi jeans? What cologne do you wear? What perfume do you wear? What's in your house? What designer clothes? What furniture? What utilities do you use in your home? You know, all these things matter. What cars do you drive? Do you use Uber or Lyft? Do you do anything like use a, I don't know, IT service that you love? Whatever it may be, whatever online app you love, whatever phone service you love. Support those companies, invest in those companies, because you already believe in them. So you don't have to convince yourself to believe in something, you already do. Now, keep in mind, do what makes sense. If the company is a business like a Kmart, Sears, and we know that big box stores are not doing as well, maybe you should stay away from that. Do pay attention to, okay, where are the businesses that you like going? You know, are they filing bankruptcy in the last quarter or so? You know, you may not want to invest in that sense. But go with companies that you love, because it's easier to stick with them on the long-term basis. And don't necessarily always go with the hot pick, the big farm company, the tech companies, you know, even, you know, if you don't believe in Beyond Meats or a vegan food company or a substitute meat company. Look, if you're not into that, don't invest. It seems like it's nice in the short run. It might make you some money, but you're not going to stick around long term because the money is going to go up, the value is going to go up and down, and you don't need to be focusing on the market like that because, again, you want to do this stress-free. You want to be happy about your choices, and if you believe in the company, I guarantee you'll like it a lot more. Number 4, now this is more of a philosophy, but it's something that is true, whether you're an advanced trader, beginner trader, it doesn't matter if you've done your first trade, whatever. This is 100% true all the time, okay? No matter where the market goes, up or down, no matter what value of the stock you're investing in, I don't care if it goes up or down, understand you don't lose money until one or two things happen. Either you sell or the company just goes bankrupt, okay? If you sell, that's how you lose money. So I don't care if your stock dropped by $5 and you want to don't get depressed about that. Don't feel bad about that because you didn't lose $5 per share unless you sell at that price. If you're planning on holding for the next 5 to 10 years, you don't have to worry about that. Now, if you're a person that's near retirement, I get you. I understand. But if you're just starting to invest, if you're a beginner, and you're looking at the prices every day, you're going to drive yourself crazy. When it goes up, you're going to be tempted to sell before you need to sell, before it really reaches the value where you can make the most money. So pay attention to things like that, guys. Don't panic sell. Don't be a person that looks at prices every day. If you don't sell, you won't lose. Hold it over time, and 99% of the time, you're going to win. You're going to gain value. It's going to be more than what you purchased it for and a lot more than it went up in that 1 year or 2 years. I mean, look at Amazon. Look at what happened, okay? People who sold Amazon once it reached $500 are kicking themselves because now it's almost worth $2,000 just by sitting and holding. That's the way it goes, okay? Also, just to add a couple bonus points, look, guys, there are no real experts out here. Even the people who have been studying the market 20, 30 years, it changes on a consistent basis. How news comes out and how communication affects how people move and sell matters, how people who are in control versus not matter. Look, there's so much in there. Unless you're dealing with an insider who's giving you information illegally, which I'm not promoting. Look, guys, most of your financial experts, most of your stock market gurus are really guessing. And 50% of the time they're wrong, 50% of the time they're right. When they hit right, good. But understand that even the most well-known experts are not 100% sure of what's going to happen in the market. Okay, they can be wrong quite often. That's just how it works. So no one's really an expert when you think about it. Just some people do know how to read data a little bit better than others, and some people pay more attention to what's going on in the economy versus everyone else. So keep that in mind, guys. No experts. And then is my last bonus. Okay, this is the last point that I want to make. If you're trading for the first time and you've signed up for a trading platform app that's free, like an E-Trade, like a Robinhood, listen, guys, make sure that you don't plan on trading for at least 2 days after you signed up, because there are so many security measures with transferring money, with making sure that you upload your identification. Sometimes it can take up to 2 to 3 business days before you can actually start trading at the level you like. So be patient, guys. Make sure you don't just say one day, oh, I'm going to sign up and I plan on trading today. No, guys. Take your time, be patient, understand that it can take at least 2 to 3 business days before you're able to fully trade, and that will make this whole process less stressful. It'll set this standard and the expectation that, you know, things are going to be slower than you expect. So if you know that an IPO is dropping in the next few days, look, guys, give it 2 to 3 days beforehand, sign up, and then plan on trading on that same day. Because if you try to sign up and if you try to sign up and trade on the same day as an IPO dropping, you're going to be out of luck. It's not going to happen. All right, guys, this is a few tips for anyone, especially if you're a beginner and you're just starting to trade. Make sure you follow those 4 rules, and I promise you that your trading will at a minimum, be more enjoyable. It'll be less stressful. And you won't have to walk around thinking you're a guru or you don't know enough. Guys, just invest in companies you love. Make sure you have the right expectations. Make sure you understand that you're not an expert. Make sure you give enough time for yourself to sign up and then trade, and use money that you can put to the side so that you won't worry about losing it, and you don't need to pull it off the market immediately when you have to pay for your emergency bill, like a car repair, tire, or your kids or whatever. Just, guys, make sure you follow these rules, and I guarantee you're going to have a good time trading. All right, guys, happy trading. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. I have a lot of videos coming out, not just about investments, but also about money management, about relationships and money, everything when it comes to finances. I'm going to talk about it, crypto, whatever it is. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel, turn on your notifications, because you want to be aware when I drop a video. Sometimes it is related to timing, and you want to have the right timing, especially with investing. All right, guys, talk to you later.